Yo, what's up? It's Kuta. Welcome to Hive Time. Hit it! Yo, come inside. Welcome to the Be Kind People Project headquarters. This is where the magic happens, where we develop our programs and activities for all the schools that we go all over the country. And there's a lot of magic that's happening right here in this room. Welcome.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Be Kind Hive Time. I am your host, Lady Caress, and I'm so excited because we have a great friend and colleague of mine, Ricky Quintana, in the building to give us some insight into what it's like being a teacher in this 2020 online time. So welcome to Hive Time, Ricky. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
By now, we've been in this cycle of online learning for quite some time. I know me, I am teaching sometimes at night, sometimes in the morning with students who are all the way on the other side of the country. So definitely some challenges. But what are some of the challenges that you're facing? 2020, online learning, what are you dealing with?
You know, that the authenticity is hard because people are usually a different person on social media, I find. I don't know if you find that. So we're really asking the kids to bring them full selves to the Zoom room, no matter what circumstances they may be living in. You know, the example of a student on the farm, or, you know, maybe they don't have as nice as a house as, you know, other students do, or just, it really brings issues of class into, you know, the Zoom room.
Issues of class. I love that you said that, because you're right. You know, like now we see what's behind everybody. Like their backgrounds aren't all exquisite, you know, Ivy backgrounds. Instead, you know, you see a lot more of where students come from. I know sometimes parents are walking in, sometimes they're having to deal with things at home, and you're right, it does bring that into a classroom. And so it makes those situations that were personable a little bit more public, right? And so I think that causes us to have to be a bit more sensitive to how we deal with that in the classroom.
But of course, I try to keep, I try not to acknowledge that so much. I try to treat everyone with respect and, you know, ignore whatever may be happening at home and really just dig into what work we have to do or what do I have to teach that day. Let's get it.
Very, very interesting challenge that you're dealing with there that I don't think that some of us have even taken into account as much as we probably should. What else are you experiencing? What are some of the other challenges? I mean, I know for me, you know, I have looked at the clock and it's been 2:00 and I'm 10 minutes down the street, you know, and it's already 2:00 and I've got to sign in to teach from my phone. So, you know, some of that I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up and get to a computer. Accessibility may or may not be an issue for some people. Have you experienced any issues when it has come to whether you or your students are able to access online learning? Because I know that sometimes can be a challenge right now.
I think we think in larger, more urban cities, we're like, yeah, everyone has internet at home, really accessible. We can do this, but actually, since I'm in rural New Mexico, some of my students live on farms. I have a student who lives on a farm, and his internet connection is just horrible. And I just feel so bad because whenever I want him to participate and speak, he breaks in and out, and I just don't, you know.
I think just as important as it is for us to give them information, it's important to make sure they can get the information. And we have to take into account, you know, maybe providing computers or access to computers. I know our Be Kind on the Move actually takes a computer lab to students and allows them to be able to hop on the bus and kind of get some of that interaction. So that's been a positive and a plus that we're offering. But I think that's important right now as well. I'm sure that you have come up, because you're a creative guy. I mean, you guys are just now meeting Ricky, but I've known him for quite some time, and I know he's quite creative in how he challenges his students. So What kind of creative ways of learning have you been able to implement now as a result of online learning that we may not have been able to do before, or that may have been looked at as negative modes of learning that we have now transitioned and turned into positive changes? What kind of insight can you give me there?
I did this really fun project with my acting students where they made a storyboard for their scenes on Snapchat. So they made a Snapchat for the beginning, the middle, and the end of the scene. And they can use memes and GIFs and stuff and words and hashtags to get them to better understand, the deep subtext of what the character is thinking and feeling at the time. So that was the funnest thing I've done.
How fun. See, I love that. I absolutely love that. We've got to reimagine social media, social interactions, but we can do that creatively and create these amazing, unique, new spaces for students to learn. So my next question is, we're inundated, right? We can't get away from screens. We're watching TV like crazy. I know I have ran Netflix and Hulu and HBO into the dust, okay? I have watched everything. But we're constantly surrounded by screens now. And how are you taking a break? Like, how do you walk away? What are you doing to make sure that your screen time isn't all your time, essentially?
We've grown accustomed to do everything online, even reading. But I think it's worth the investment to actually buy the book, the hardcover, the softcover, the tangible item to read off of your computer. Going for walks, going for a run outside, going to the gym if it's safe for you to do so right now. Doing things that you love that involve you being outside of your home.
So we are used to change by now. What is the biggest lesson you've learned in 2020? What's that takeaway, that button, that cherry on top?
Take it one step at a time. And I feel like too, especially in America for anything, that we always want to be the best at the next thing. We want to be, especially the students who want to be TikTok famous, Instagram influencers, but it takes time to build up to that. So just taking it, if you want to be a Zoom expert or whatever platform you're using, just one step at a time. And I would say have fun exploring it too.
Yes, I would say, be lenient on yourself, but also don't be too lenient that you don't move or that you don't go find the resources and information that you need to push yourself into your area of uncomfortability. I would say charge into uncharted waters with confidence, right? Be excited about something new. And challenges are just an opportunity for us to grow to our next level. So let's not be complacent when it comes to being uncomfortable. Let's be excited about being uncomfortable, because that's the beginning phase to us getting to our next new better level. Let's hear a little bit from Kuta. I love going back and hearing what our Be Kind crew members have to say about anything and everything that's going on, because they literally are the heartbeat of our organization. So I want to go to Kuta. Kuta, tell us, what have you learned in 2020? Some of your biggest and most awesome epiphanies, and where are you right now? How are you feeling about this year?
I spent a lot of time thinking about what I want to accomplish after all this is over and where I'll be once it's done. And I have a general proactive attitude, so I want to be in a better place even though this is such a difficult time. And some of the ways I do that is I practice instruments. So I practice my guitar, practice piano, I write music, and these things really help me get through these challenging times.
So excited. Thanks so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Be Kind Hive Time. We'll see you next time right here. Keep it live.
A do love a beat, you. A do love a beat.